Good morning, everyone. My name is Kevin Scarpati, Mayor of the City of Meriden. I want to welcome you to our city this morning here in our commuter lot. And of course, we are here to pay tribute to the men and women that's behind us who are working daily on our roads, highways, bridges to make sure that we are safe in our commutes to and from work, our family, our commutes daily. Here in the city of Meriden, pre-COVID numbers, we were seeing upwards of 200,000 people travel through our cities on these highways surrounding us each day. So we know the need for investment in infrastructure. It's something city officials have been talking about, and now to see that it's finally getting done. We have tremendous partners at DOT and at the state level. It was actually about 6 years ago, I stood in this very parking lot to talk about a project that was needed for the 691, 91, Route 15 corridor interchange infrastructure investment. And now to see that we are just about a year out from beginning the first phase of that project, it's remarkable to see that it's coming through to fruition. And that's due to the funding at both the state and now the federal level with this needed funding for infrastructure. And we have obviously a great partner down in DC in Senator Blumenthal, but the rest of our delegation as well, to make sure our voices are heard, making sure that the men and women behind us are being paid a fair wage for what they do, and making sure that the jobs are there, because we need to get to where we need to go safely and efficiently. For safe and efficient travel is such an integral part in economic development, not just in Meriden, because those who travel through our intersections here are going far beyond our city limits. And so it's great to kick this event off and thank everyone for attending. And we have a great friend here to the city, and of course, a champion for the state of Connecticut, fighting for us down in Washington, D.C., Senator Blumenthal. Senator, thank you for your work and everything you do for us.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. What a beautiful day. What a beautiful day. I can't imagine any group I'd rather be with today. I can't imagine anywhere I'd rather be than with these folks behind me, 20 apprentices for the operating engineers who are going to have good jobs, good careers, working hard, giving back to their communities, making it possible for their families to have a decent life. They are among our heroes. Thank you to the men and women of the operating engineers. Thank you to all the building trades who are here, who have given so much to the state of Connecticut. We celebrate you, and we ought to be thankful every single day. Thanks to the mayor for hosting us, Joe Giletti, our commissioner, and Don Schubert of the Connecticut Construction Industries Association. We're here for a common purpose. We're here to say we're going to fight for better transportation in the state of Connecticut. We're going to fight to eliminate the choke points and the bottlenecks that create accidents and cost time and money to the people of Connecticut. We're going to repave our roads, rebuild our bridges, make sure that our transportation system in Connecticut is second to none, and we're going to do it without new taxes and new tolls. We're going to do it because the federal government owes us a real infrastructure program that invests in America and creates good jobs for the construction trades and all workers who want to be employed. We owe it to America, we owe it to Connecticut, and we're here to say we're going to fight for it down in Washington and here in Connecticut. Now, today's very close to my heart because literally I travel the Merritt to the Wilbur Cross to 91 every day I'm in Connecticut. Sounds like an exaggeration, but almost every day I'm in Connecticut, I have to go through these choke points and wait in a line of cars, no matter what time it is. It's not rush hour, it's all the time at the intersection of 91 and the Wilbur Cross. Going south, there's a line. Coming north, there's a line. There's no reason for it. And if the weather's bad, even if the weather's good, often there are rear-enders or more serious accidents that create backlogs all the way for miles. That's a cost in time, and it's a cost in money. And there's no reason that we should have that cost in Connecticut. We know what to do. We know what it takes. In fact, there is a plan to do it. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. We know what's necessary. There's a plan to eliminate those choke points at the off-ramps, and all it takes is getting these guys out there to do the construction, to widen the off-ramps or straighten them, to make sure that those backlogs and choke points are eliminated. So I am determined that we're going to fight in Washington for President Biden's American Jobs Plan. It will create more jobs. It'll invest in rail and broadband and VA facilities and all of the infrastructure that we know is necessary in Connecticut, but it's also going to provide $115 billion. And for me, that's a down payment on roads and bridges in Connecticut, and make sure that people who travel Connecticut roads get A+ roads, not C- roads or failing roads. We need to be the best in the country for the safety and economic well-being of our state. Let me introduce now someone who's working on transportation all around the state, the Commissioner of Transportation, Joe Giletti. But just to promise every one of you, we are going to be there fighting down in Washington as a delegation. The mayor is absolutely right. It's not just myself. It's every member of our delegation. We may seem small, but we know in Connecticut how to fight above our weight. And that's what we're going to be doing, because we deserve better roads, especially here at 91 and 15, where the people of Connecticut deserve better than they're seeing right now. Thank you all. Joe Giletti.
You know, it's hard to come up after an introduction like that. The senator is always quick to remind me, you know, of what is so precious and so important here in Connecticut. I spent Friday with the senator as well, because have a senator that's focused on all modes of transportation. He was there to talk about what we need to do on the trains, what we need to do on the buses, what we need to do on our highways. So, you know, to the mayor, thank you for the kind remarks. To Don Schubert, okay, and the people that he represents, the fact that we work hand in glove together to try and get things done here. And the senator is right. You see him pull out that sheet of paper. He knows what it is that we need to get done here. And he's right. What we need now, where there were plans in the past that we would put another lane the entire length of the highway, we don't need to be doing that. We want to be judicious. We want to be good stewards of the public money. And we are so grateful when the senator and our delegation are able to bring back that money from Washington, because it allows us to do the things that we know are right, such as maybe 5 miles of another lane, maybe a double lane exit on all these exit ramps, because we now have the data that shows by relieving that 5 miles, we end up taking 20 miles of delay every morning and every evening on certain parts of our highway system. So for the next spring, construction will get underway with a $45 million component for this project. Fixing the hot spots for congestion and accidents will not only support job creation, but the long-term safety and economic viability of the region. And I need to finish off by turning around and saying, one, for the people of DOT that are here represented that can talk to you about the projects that are going on. For the state representatives like Carlo Leone, who's here to go and again be an advisor for Pam Ciccato in terms of our public outreach. I want you to know that we're there. We're there to support our legislative delegation in Washington as well as our local legislative delegation. And it's great to have a mayor that is so focused on what it can be done and what can be done together. Thank you for the time today.
Morning, everyone. I'm Don Schubert. I'm the president of the Connecticut Construction Industries Association. My comments are going to be very brief today because my partner, Joe Toner, is here, the executive director of the State Building Trades, and I'm going to yield some time to him. For me, it's simple. There's 248 bridges and 2,100 miles of roads in poor condition in Connecticut. At the same time, there's 18% less construction jobs than there were in 1990. It doesn't add up, and it's time to change the equation. Senator, we're going to be out here every week if that's what it takes to get this done. We hope Washington gets it done. We're willing to do our part, and I'd just like to call up Joe Toner from the State Building Trades real quick to make some comments. Joe?
Thank you, Don. Senator Blumenthal, Mr. Mayor, Commissioner, I'm Joe Toner, Executive Director of Connecticut State Building Trades Council. And the building trades are anxious. We're anxious for this infrastructure bill to pass so we get our people to work, but we're also ready. We've been down for the last year due to COVID, but our apprenticeship programs are busting at the seams, as you can see here today with the operating engineers. We're ready to go to work. We're ready to recruit new people and put them out into the workforce to make sure they're making a livable wage with economic security and retirement. I'd like to say one thing quickly to Senator Blumenthal. I know Senator Blumenthal was at the Ironworkers Hall a few weeks ago observing the women's welding program that the ironworkers held with the Workforce Board in Hartford. And we have a graduate here today in the back, Amanda Root, who's actually an ironworker, who the ironworkers took in, and she's here today. So I like to show the connection between what the building trades do in the communities and the training that we do to get ready for these jobs, to get these folks ready to get them into the workforce. So it connects the dots. I know the operating engineers took a graduate from the women's welding program recently. I think she might even graduated the apprenticeship program in the last few years. But we want to show in the building trades what we do to prepare, to get people ready to get out there. So when this money does come available, which is much needed in the state of Connecticut to keep transportation moving, we're going to have people ready to go and ready to jump in these spots right away. We thank you for your dedication. And Don, we also like to thank you for the partnership with the building trades and moving Connecticut forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Any questions? Amanda, why don't you come up, Amanda? Now, you don't want, when this thing, when folks get out there, you don't want Richard Blumenthal out there doing the work. You want Amanda out there, right? Amanda, what's this program mean to you?
Oh boy. Well, hi everybody. My name is Amanda Root. I'm from Winsted, Connecticut, and I am an iron worker out of Local 15 in Hartford. I was part of the Building Pathways program, which was a program designed by the ULA to help incorporate women into the trades by giving them the proper training that they need to get into an apprenticeship program. I am a success story from that. For me personally, being part of the Ironworkers Apprenticeship has changed the course of my life entirely. I would have never been able to afford the things that I've been able to afford, like my housing, my car, all of these things that I've been able to do from being an ironworker. I know that a lot of kids my age haven't had the opportunity to have health insurance or a retirement plan or any of these things. So I am eternally grateful to the ironworkers for the opportunities they've given me, the solidarity, everything that I've encountered from being an ironworker. I know that I speak for my brothers and sisters when I say that we want to do clean construction, we want to use renewable energy sources, but we also want to continue to work under a sustainable wage and a livable wage, because with the cost of living rising and things of that sort, it's very hard for kids these days to have jobs that offer them that kind of sustainability. So moving forward, I hope that we can pass this Senate bill to be able to work clean and also to be able to continue to support our families and our futures. Thank you.
Well done.
Wow.
Nice job.
Stay up here, Amanda. If they ask me any tough questions, I'm turning them over to you. But let me just say seriously, guys, we know this is our future, right? When people talk about construction and roads and bridges, we're talking not just about pavement and concrete, we're talking about Amanda, we're talking about the 20 apprentice workers behind me, we're talking about good jobs, and we're talking about unions that provide those good jobs to people. So I just want to thank everyone for being here today, and especially Amanda, because this is America. This is what we love about our country, that people who want to work hard, like Amanda, can get jobs and get the training they need.
Is that start date for next spring, is that contingent upon the federal funding and if built housing, or is that going to go forward regardless?
No, it's not contingent upon the federal funding. There is an end date across all phases for this specific project in Meriden of 2025. So this is a long project with a lot of phases. With the help of federal funding, that end date will be reined in, hopefully. So we'll see this project get done much sooner.
To get it done completely, we need the federal funding. We need the federal funding to eliminate some of the choke points that state funding will not cover.
Well, we all are concerned with the environment, and we want it to be covered. If we don't get the environmental process shortened, all of this money is not going to do us any good. There's a bill currently in the House to shorten that process. What is the fate of that?
For this project, the environmental review, if any is necessary, is going to be very quick and simple. In fact, anybody who's waited in traffic on these roads, you know the emissions that are coming out of the cars. This project is a classically green project to eliminate traffic, to end the choke points, and stop the emissions. So I think it's going to have no trouble with environmental review.
But in general,
And in general, we're going to push these projects as quickly as possible through the environmental review project. There is nothing controversial environmentally about eliminating traffic and improving our roads so that we have fewer accidents. It's a green effort. Good point. Anyone else? Well, thank you all. Really means a lot that you folks came out today. We're going to get a lot of pictures. I'm going to take this picture with me down to DC and say to my colleagues, anybody who questions the need for this program, just look at this picture, look at what we're trying to reduce in the way of traffic, and listen to Amanda. So, thank you, everyone.